What is going on, guys? I've gotten a lot of really great feedback from all of you on part 1 and part 2, and I just wanted to do one final review to encapsulate all of the pros and cons of Vaulted's latest CardMag Plus. The first con is that, as you can see, I've taken off the case and the protective top, is that sometimes when it's just the card by itself, it can have this like suction, sort of like, I don't think it's like intentional, but I actually can't get this single out of the case. And I don't want to like use my nails or anything. So I feel like that is potentially a design flaw. That's kind of weird. The second thing is that as you're sliding these things up and down a lot, because it has like 2 of these things that you slide up and down, it's not always the smoothest slide because, and you know, you see here, it's like tilting a little bit. So it's not the smoothest mechanism. The third thing that someone on one of my previous videos pointed out was that it's not completely locking in place, if you can hear that. It's actually bouncing around a little bit in there. And you know, it's not too different than a PSA slab where the card is bouncing, but I think the noise is a little bit loud. So somebody pointed out, you know, the corners could get roughed up if you bounce it a lot over time, which could damage the card. But you know, if you're not considering grading this and it's just a single, then I think it's totally fine. It won't damage it too much. The fourth con is that as you're switching out the singles and taking them in and out of the case, as you can see here, one of the previous cons is that the sliding mechanism is not too perfect, is that you're inevitably going to be touching and handling the raw card itself a lot, which is fun, but you know, you might damage it by accident. And that's just sort of the reality you have to deal with. Okay, I know that was a lot of cons, but here are a few of the pros. The first thing is that it's an absolute beautiful clear acrylic case. For what it is, you know, it's really beautiful and sturdy, and it's thicker than a PSA or tag slab. It just feels sturdier. I haven't drop tested it, but in the videos it does look pretty sturdy, so that's great. And at $5 per slab, totaling to $50 total for 10 of these, it's actually a pretty good deal, I feel like. You know, it feels pretty affordable. It's not something that is super expensive or out of reach, which is great. And number 3, building on top of that, you know, it makes you perceive the value of slabs, like graded slabs and singles, very differently, because now you have a way to display your cards in a beautiful way, which is really great. You don't have to pay a lot of money for PSA 10s anymore. And finally, you can stack the slabs together like this because of the magnets, which is cool. Overall, I think I'm not going to get more at this moment, but I do think it's a really cool product.